Welcome back to the arena, guys. Today we are here with another episode, and in this episode, we are focusing on Town Hall 11 Bat Slap. So, the Bat Slap is actually a viable strategy at Town Hall 11 just because at Town Hall 11, mostly people keep single infernos, and both multi and single are found, but the Bat Slap attack strategy really wrecks the single infernos. So, in this video, I'm gonna show you some examples and teach you guys how to use it and also give my tips and tricks how to use that. So if you don't want to miss my future uploads, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. So now we're going to dive straight into the first example and break down the strategy so you guys could do that. So here we go. On this first base, it's got two single infernos. So the single infernos are always to protect your base from against the P.E.K.K.A.s and other heavy troops. So we're gonna take them with the bats because the splash damages are gonna be a threat to bats, and single infernos are really gonna be dominated by bats. Here we go. We're gonna start the funneling for the witches. Since it's called a bats lab, we're gonna use the witches as our main kill squad. So you need to funnel down those witches. That is why we are using one Electro Dragon on the top and a Queen Walk at the bottom to set up the funnel. And here comes one Ice Golem for some little bit of tanking and the Wall Wrecker. And here comes your heroes. So now we take a look at this base. The witches and the main troops has got only one way to go just because both of the sides have been funneled. So you have to create the funnel for the witches so that they go straight into the base. You don't want to let them go around. And talking about the bat slap, it's always important to focus on the splash defenses. So choosing your entry must be very important. You have to choose the side where you can get the maximum of the splash defenses down so you're getting the maximum value. The wall wrecker pops and we got some ice golems. Usually we take ice golems, but after the Town Hall 13 upgrade, the Yetis are so viable inside the clan castle. One Yeti and an ice golem will help you guys a lot. The Yeti will tank for you and also take down some defenses, so it's gonna be so valuable. So here comes the bat spells, and right now, if you take a look at that, the bats are gonna come around and they got one visit tower, and they're gonna move to the next one and the final visit tower. Only very few part of the base is left out, and we got 5 free spells, so it's gonna be easy for the bats. And remember, the wizard towers will just one shot the bats, and it's a fast shooting defense, so you have to freeze the wizard towers at the perfect timing. Anything other than the wizard towers that you have to freeze, that's not that necessary, but in case if a huge Tesla farm pops or multiple X-bows are firing at your bats, you may need to freeze that, but your primary focus is freezing the wizard towers, and we had 5 free spells for 3 wizard towers, so we're gonna use them a bit early so we don't lose even a single bat, and that's what the attacker did, crushing this base and taking the 3 star. That's how this strategy is so powerful against single infernos. So now let's dive into the second example and break down in more depth. And here we go. This base has got multi-targeting infernos, but it's still going to be dominated by the bats. It's always dependent upon the entry of the base, as I said, where you can get the maximum value out of your main kill squad. Taking down the more splash defenses is very important for the bat slap. The same way we are going to use one Electro Dragon to funnel on the left side and a Queen Walk to funnel the right side. Here comes one Ice Golem for some tanking and the Wall Wrecker. The Wall Wrecker is actually a main siege mission. And as I said, if you cannot get a Wall Wrecker, it's really going to be difficult to do this attack because you can't take jump spells because the bat spells and your free spells are going to take a lot of your space. So it's not possible to do it without a Wall Wrecker, but you still can try it out. And inside the CC, as I said, you can have Ice Golems and Eddies. But if you cannot get Eddies inside your CC, that's not the end of the world. You still can use more Ice Golems inside there, and you're just good to go. That is how the traditional method of the bat slap used to be. and just we got eddies, we're gonna use them. And if you take a look at this, it's a lava hound CC, so the entire core of the base is gonna be so hard for the witches to get through because the lava pups, there are a lot of them. And the ice golems are really great. They're gonna pop and they're gonna have a huge radius of the freeze. And here comes the bats from the right side, and we got only one wizard tower left on this base because we took down nearly 4 of the wizard towers and 2 multi-targeting infernos, leaving only 1 splash damage for the bats. And if you can do that, the bats are going to dominate the base. Look at how fast they get through from the other side to this side, and the rest of the base is going to clean up. If you can keep the bats alive, they're going to completely wreck through the base. And also, the bats do not trigger any traps. They don't trigger seeking air mines or air bombs. But they can get hit from the air bombs. If any other troop like a minion or a balloon just lures an air bomb, it can retarget to the bats. But we're not going to use any air troops on this attack, so you're not going to worry about any air bombs or something like that hitting your bats. It's only the splash damaging defenses, the multi-targeting inferno, and the wizard tower. So here we go. The same way, we're going to queen walk on one side, use an electro dragon on the other side to funnel things out. And the electro dragon is really good at funneling because it can chain up through 5 buildings, and it can also take down buildings on the inside. It can create wider path for your troops. That's why the electro dragon is really effective on farming. Sorry, the funneling, not farming. It's also good on farming, as I said. So here comes the wall wrecker along with the main witches going straight into the base. And actually, you want your healers to switch back to the witches and keep them alive as they're moving through, but here it seems like the queen is gonna walk and she's gonna deal with some ice golem in the CC. There pops the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome, protecting the witches from those dragons. Here comes the first rage, and the only rage in the army composition. And you're not even taking poison spells because you're giving more space for your free spells. And do you really need to use the freeze only on the wizard towers to support the bats? It's not necessarily like that. If a multi-targeting inferno is completely wrecking your witches at the core, you need not refuse. You could just use a free spell to protect them. And here comes the bats. And as I said, we got 2 wizard towers left out on this base. And look at that ice golem's freeze. That is just amazing. The ice golem goes down. It's going to have a wide range of freeze. And here comes a multi-inferno that was left out, and immediately the attacker froze it. He just used all the free spells on top of the multi-inferno, something around, in a regular interval of something like 2 seconds. He just used 3 free spells because that was the only splash defense left out, and he don't want his bats to go down. So if you can funnel the base and use the witches properly, and if you can use the bats and protect them with the free spells from the splash defenses, you are good to go. And that is how you 3-star with the Bat Slap. It's actually an easy strategy, but you need some practice to do it. As you guys saw, all of the 3 attacks were done by just one person. He just practiced, and finally he got it done. That's why he's doing out war on every single war attack. So if you guys want to master that strategy, then you guys gonna try it out on friendly challenges and even take it out on multiplayer battles and test them out. Then you will really improve on that strategy. And that is all for this video, guys. I hope this video helped you. If so, please don't forget to leave a like on this video. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more attack strategies. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe and clash on.